Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back and we're doing a best of 3 Strixhaven draft. Alright, rare Frostboil Snarl. I don't think we're going to take that. Mystical Archive card, Adventurous Impulse. I'm kind of looking at Rip Apart, which is good removal, but it's gold. Otherwise, Trickster, which is a good tempo common, monocolor. And for me, those are really the only two considerations here, I think. I think I'm comfortable going Rip Apart, even though it is gold. It's good removal. And I don't know, I've had enough success with Lorehold where I think that's fine. And Trickster, though it is a good card, I don't know if I'd want to do like a tempo Prismari or Quandrix, which is really where that card, I guess, is played the most. I don't know. It probably would have been fine to take it there, to be honest, but I really like removal, as you may or may not know about me, so I'm willing to take a gold removal first pick. Follow-up pick, well, on color we've got the Professor, Enthusiastic Study, Twin Scroll Shaman, and Inkling Summoning. All are good picks. Not the Twin Scroll Shaman, actually. The Professor, the Study, and the Summoning are all the consideration, and it's probably just the Professor. It is hard to go wrong with this card. Evasive, buffs another creature, gives Vigilance, can buff itself too. It's just really, really well-made common. I think a safe pick is probably Inkling Summoning, just because it's an awesome lesson, so you don't have to worry about making cuts at the end. It just makes the deck with all your learn cards. But even though Professor's a 4-drop too, I think I just like it here. I actually really like Enthusiastic Study too. But other good cards, oh, too late. It took too long. Alright, the pick now, probably First Year. Not the most exciting card, but it is a beater. It's good for aggro. Plays better than it looks. Although, maybe we just take the Pledge Mage now, just because it gets evasive. That's probably true. Semester's in, playable, not terribly exciting. Lash of Malice, good. Black, cheap black removal. Inkcaster's in here as well, which is good and playable. I think we'll take the Pledge Mage. It keeps us with the Professor pick. And if Lorehold doesn't work out and we take these nice white cards, could still end up in Silverquill if it continues to flow. Like, now we could consider Lash of Malice, which I think I would take over Shield Mage, despite liking Shield Mage. Or we could just take the Anatomy. But I'm kind of okay with taking the removal here if Silverquill is open. Defend the Campus, playable, not exciting. A couple playable red things in here, but they're not quite what I'm looking for, I don't think. I'm kind of okay taking Lash of Malice. I like this card. It's good removal. Anatomy's the safest pick, but if we do end up Silverquill, I'm probably going to be happy to have cheap removal like Lash of Malice. We'll see. We'll see. Wow, Chaos Warp. You know what's interesting about this card is I've been wanting to play this for a long time, and I feel like this card's better than people are giving it credit for. Now keep in mind, if they reveal the top of their library and it's not a permanent, you just paid 3 mana to get rid of a permanent. So like a land too. Chaos Warp is a tremendously strong card, in my estimation. I haven't played with or against it, but I think it's tremendously strong. So we'll take it. Choices now. Well, Pigment Storm, I would argue, is at its best in aggro, because Oftentimes, when you just need to get some extra damage through, you can just cast it on an X1 and deal 4 damage to your opponent. And then it also has the double perk of being able to deal with big fat things too. So I think I am going to take it over Enthusiastic Study and be okay with that. Pledge Mage is playable. I actually like Dust Speaker and definitely like the Enthusiastic Study, but I'll go with the removal here. Another Rip Apart. You don't say. Well, 7th pick Rip Apart is a pretty good sign. So we'll take that over the first year, the Summoning and the Pledge Mage. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So, Teach by Example can copy things. Claim the Firstborn can steal big fat fatties and kill your opponent with it. Can be good. Or Beaming Defiance, Combat Trick. We have 4 removal spells currently. I don't really like Expel for a deck like this. When I'm playing aggro beatdown, I don't really like Expel. I think I'll take Claim the Firstborn. Even though I like Beaming Defiance and it could make the main deck, Claim I feel like is also doubles as like a pretty good sideboard card, probably. Maybe. So I could take Mentor here, which is a 3-drop, 3/3, not bad. We do only have 2 creatures currently. Zephyr Boots is a card I actually kind of like. Given that both of our creatures are kind of evasive already, I could see the argument for taking the Mentor, but because Zephyr Boots are uncommon, I'm going to hope we can supplement with better creatures along the way. I'm just going to take it. We'll see if it works out. It might not. Here's an easy Enthusiastic Study, which is actually just a good card. Tome Shredder. Actually, I might just take Access Tunnel. Tome Shredder's fine, and it actually looks like it's pretty good in here, but I really like Access Tunnel. I've won a lot of games with it. Campus Guide totally looks like a card I want here, seeing as we need 2 drops, and it might allow me to play less lands in this deck. So we could take the Shredder now. Ignis we're likely not going to need. So I guess we can take the Expel. If we end up with a bunch of flyers, I actually think Expel would be good. Ooh, well, this is pretty cool. Yeah, Mila and what's Lucas side do? Discard a card, draw a card. You can draw 2 if you discard a creature. Turn a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control. Those are both pretty cool. I'm fine with that. Other good cards in here. Quintorius is pretty excellent. Elemental Summoning, the Pledge Mage. I think we're going to wheel something we want here, but I'll take Mila and Luca. Both of those seem pretty cool. Mila's ability is good. They use any removal on your dudes, including Mila, and you just draw a card. You may draw a card. It's very good. We'll take it. So, Lorehold Apprentice, on the other hand, not so good. I really like Returned Past Scholar. It's a 6-drop and we're playing aggro, but we already have tons of stuff to bring back with it, and it brings it right back to your hand. Do we have any spirits? I don't think we do. Nope. That's alright, not a huge deal. I think, once again, we'll wheel something we want here, and I could take a lesson, but Return Past Scholar is an exceptionally strong card. Great topper. So, Divine Gambit. If you know me, you know I don't love this card. Start from Scratch is a fine lesson, but I might just take Pigment Storm. We're starting to get there on removal, I think. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this will be our 5th removal spell. I'm fine with it. It's expensive, but like I said, this is where it's at its best, so we'll take it. Pilgrim is very good. Could take another Pigment Storm, though. I've played a ton of Pigment Storms before, and honestly, it's pretty good. I do like Pilgrim of the Ages a lot, though. Especially if we're maybe running 16 lands. Although with Access Tunnel, we probably still go 17. I'm still going to go with Storm, though, I think. I really like this card in this type of build, so I'm down with it. Some pretty good Silver Quill in here. I guess we just take the effigy. Not a very exciting pick, but when you need a beater, you take it. I don't think... Do we have stuff that makes cards leave our graveyard? I don't think so. Oh, I guess Luca kind of does. And Tome Shredder, of course. Oh, Return Pass Caller, too. Okay. So there's some stuff that synergizes with it. If we get Quintorius back, that would be cool. We could start to focus on that theme a little more intently. But right now, I'm kind of happy with where we're at. Still a little bit creature light, but that's all right. All right, take the Summoning now. Kind of just an easy pick. Great card. Have a lesson to find now with the Study. All right, so we can take Stonerise Spirit here. We could also take the Pledge Mage. We're very light on cheap creatures, though, so I think I'm going to take the Spirit, which sometimes I like Spirit, sometimes I don't like it. I think it's better than I initially gave it credit for, since it has good synergy with Lorehold. You know, it's another card that works with Effigy. And sometimes it just can win the game. In the mid to late, you can just fly over top. I think I'm a little less excited about it since we already have the Zephyr Boots, but it's okay. Here's an easy Historian, which does kind of exactly what we need. Ah, we got the Quintorius back. Well, that's cool. This card's very good. And there's not much else here we would want. Actually, the Assistant would be pretty good too, but we'll take Quintorius. So, Reconstruct History can actually bring a bunch of things back. We don't have any enchantments though, right? Even if we did, I wonder if I would still not take it. We can take another Enthusiastic Study here, although we have a lot of removal. So I might just want, even though I don't like Apprentice, I think we need to make sure we have enough 2-drops here. All right, we can take the Gambit. So we're looking okay. Curve-wise, looking pretty good. Don't need any of this. Nothing on color. We'll take the weakest card, which is probably Resculpt. Here, all 3 of these cards are actually really good. I don't even know what the weakest one is. Maybe Spiteful Squad? All right, I got the Pupil, which I guess we can consider. I don't think it's going to make the deck. Ooh, you know, I haven't gotten to play with Mavinda yet, and this card is really good. Stone Rain in here, too. Then we could be a land hate deck with Stone Rain and Chaos Warp. But let's take Mavinda. Great card. Haven't gotten to play with it yet, and am looking forward to it, because I played against it, and it's really good. Unfortunately for us, we don't have a lot of targeted... it really only works with, like, buffs, I guess. That's not true. It's just you have to pay 10 mana to rip apart an opponent's creature. Is that right? That's okay. But you can pay the same amount with Enthusiastic Study, which is pretty nuts. Or we could pay for the low price of 13 mana. You can... Ooh. Well, you know how I feel about Shock. I love it. There's a Professor in here, too. And granted, we do need some more creatures, but I'm going to take Shock because it's a great card, and I love it. So we'll take it. More removal the merrier here. You can burn your opponent's face with it. All right, we can take another Study. We do only have the one lesson right now, but otherwise I take, like, Blood Age General. We do need some more creatures, right? But our learn spells count as creatures too. I'll take the Study. It's fine. We'll figure it out. So we take the Pledge Mage. We can take the Assistant. I might like Assistant more. Yeah, we have a lot of good cards to bring back. And sometimes just like Assistant bringing back like a Pigment Storm, that can just win the game. Plus it synergizes, I guess, with Effigy and Quintorius. Alright, we'll take a Spirit Summoning here, considering we already have a deck, so that makes sense to me. Well, the only on-color thing is Fuming Effigy, so I guess we'll consider it. As much as I like Hall Monitor, I think we'll probably take Lorehold Campus. We already have a deck, we already have to make cuts. Intro to Annihilation would be a good pickup too, but I'll take the Campus. We only have 2 Learn cards and we have 2 lessons, so we're pretty good actually on that front. And having a Campus is actually just very nice. Just a stalemate breaker that also fixes your mana. I guess we'll take another 2-drop. There's a decent chance that it makes the deck, despite being a very underwhelming card. Alright, Reduced to Memory. I don't think we're going to be playing Stone Rain, so just another lesson we can find in a pinch. Alright, actually I'll take another Assistant. Possible that makes the deck too. I think we're probably not going to have to do the Zephyr Boots, I'm guessing. I'm just going to take a Mystical Archive card. We already have a lot of evasion somehow in here. Mavinda, I guess we can shock for 9 mana. It's possible. Alright, got the General back. I mean, General is much more playable than Apprentice. Just because it's easier to cast, but we'll see. I might want to cast... I might want to play all my 2-drop creatures in here. Possibly. Although, we did get enough creatures, so we'll see. Alright, let's cut the lands for now. So we need to make quite a few cuts. And we can easily cut... I would say we can cut probably... We can probably cut 5 creatures, honestly. Like, we could cut Star Pupil... With 2 effigies... It's a lot of 4 and 5 drops, actually, but... Like, I kind of want to cut these Apprentices. Where does that leave us for 2 drops? 1, 2, 3, 4? That's still probably enough. And Apprentices are just so underwhelming that it kind of feels okay. Like, a hard-to-cast 2-drop is basically what they are in this deck. A hard-to-cast 2-mana 2/2. But just not that interested in it. How often are we going to cast... Are we going to want to cast Luca? You know, honestly, there's definitely times where I think just getting a haste creature from your yard, especially if it's like a pass caller or something crazy like that, it's pretty cool. Bring it back, hasty 4-power flying haste, and then you get back like a Pigment Storm or something. Like, that's pretty awesome. So we can still cut 2 more creatures because we have 2 summoning spells as well as 2 learn. So I think we can cut probably 1 effigy just because I do like the Assistant, although I'm kind of still on board with cutting Zephyr Boots too. Although I usually hate Divine Gambit. I do like Divine Gambit more in this set than the original set it came out in because there's a lot of sorcery-based creatures. So they could have like an elemental summoning in their hand, and then you Divine Gambit something on board and they don't get it, which is nice. And then it's just like a 2-mana removal for a lot of things. So if I cut one more creature and then could be the Zephyr Boots is the other card too. Assistant is cool in this deck, and it flies. We have a lot of evasion. Could maybe cut the Shredder. It has synergy with Effigy and Quintorius, though, so I'd probably keep that. Kind of don't want to cut a 2-drop. Maybe we do cut one Assistant and the Zephyr Boots. So that way we have 15 creatures. Removal-wise, we have Shock, Divine Gambit, 2 Rip-Aparts, Chaos Warp, Enthusiastic Study, Tricks, 3 Pigment Storms. How many flyers do we have? Just the 1, 2, 3, sort of, 4, 5, 6. It's not bad. Basically, yeah, it's Divine Gambit versus Zephyr Boots. Honestly, I could almost see the argument for Zephyr Boots being better. How many removal spells do we have total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then kind of 9, 10. I mean, that's plenty. I'm just wondering if I would rather do a Zephyr Boots, but I guess Spirit can make our dudes fly too. I feel like I'm going to regret giving Divine Gambit a chance, but honestly, I think I might do it. My gut just tells me I'm going to be disappointed. But I guess we'll do it. So we've got double red. We have more red than white, but we have double white too. So honestly, I'm still going to do the access tunnel, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've won too many games with it to not take it. Our double white is earlier and our double red is later, which almost makes me want to do the extra white, but I guess we have Campus Guide to help fix too in the campus, so we'll go with what the deck's saying, which is, gosh, how do we have more red? Doesn't it look like we have more white? I guess it's because these are all clumped together. But like, look how much double white we have. Guess this is double red, sort of, too. Alright, well, we'll go with the deck math, which apparently says we've got more red. Overall, I'm not sure how I feel about this deck. I think our removal count is actually pretty good. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess we'll see how it does. So we'll run it like this, and we'll see round 1. Round 1, this hand is surprisingly questionable. We don't have the double white to do a turn 3 Pledge Mage, and even if we did draw a white, I wouldn't be thrilled about it. But I think we're on the draw, so we'll probably keep it and hope we either rip white mana or removal spells. Honestly, that's a good draw. It's going to let us attack and dig up a Spirit Summoning. Perfect draw there too, so it worked out well. So this, I'm guessing just by the curate, is the Serpentine Curve deck. The 4-drop that it's here. I think we're just going to drop the Pledge Mage. But typically when I see curate, it's the Serpentine Curve deck. Silver Quill Command's a good one. So they can play a 4/4 curve now if they want. I think we'll still do the Enthusiastic Study just to get the extra damage through. Because I probably can do Pigment Storm next turn anyway. And they're tapped out, so it's just like a okay opportunity to do it. So reduce, I think we'll get the Evasive Creature. Mostly because I have a removal in hand already, and the summoning gives our Pledge Mage evasion too, which is nice. So 6 mana. I guess we'll go for it here. So they're tapped out. Should just be able to kill them with this Enthusiastic Study because of the trample. I don't want to show them other thing here. No need. So they have good value spells. I still think it's a Serpentine Curve deck. Just because Serpentine Curve would be huge here. They would have like a 7/7 or an 8/8. Yeah, they've got a good learn package. Inkling Summoning and Environmental Sciences are pretty great ones. They're doing, what, at least 3 color? White, black, blue. So they're doing like Esper colors. Yeah, good evasion, good removal, good card draw. I would think their late game is probably better than ours. Just on my suspicion that they're doing Serpentine Curve, I could do Claim the Firstborn and steal their 7/7 or something, but I'm still kind of... This might be a match where Divine Gambit's actually quite good. If they actually play, you know, big tokens or big creatures, exiling it, and they probably don't get anything out of it. Could be good. We'll see. I mean, they had a bunch of cards in hand when they lost there, so I think we'll stick to the same plan. In terms of actual sideboard cards we could consider bringing in, it's probably just Claim the Firstborn and maybe like a Zephyr Boots to fly more over top. I don't know. Expel, I can't see exactly where. Maybe in the aggro mirror. But no, I think we're good. I think we're going to mull this. 6-lander, even though it had both colors, not really what I'm looking for. Ooh, I don't love this hand either, but I think we'll keep it. I think we'll ditch Divine Gambit because we don't have any. Not only do we not have 2 white sources, we don't even have 1. I might have to do Enthusiastic Study on my opponent's creatures so I can get Spirit Summoning and get an actual creature out there. So just in case. Right. Thankfully we did find so best use of mana would be Combat Professor. I do think they probably have removal. So I wonder, especially since I have more cards in hand, if I kind of just want to protect myself for now. And I think I do. So this is not the best use of mana, however. I'm just going to protect my life total for now. I don't want to just play a Professor and have it get killed right away. Could be wrong about that. We'll find out. Probably Inkling Summoning is my guess. In which case... Oh, Cody. Okay. Well, I want to kill Cody. So I think I'll play the Assistant and get back Rip Apart so I can kill Cody. It's a little harsh because it takes us off of our Professor's Warning. No, that's good. It just takes us off of our 5th land, though, so it kind of slows us down a little bit, but I feel like you should probably kill Cody when you can. Probably for the best. So they did have the Serpentine Curve deck as expected. Unfortunately, we have the spells to kill it, but we don't have the mana. So I think we'll just do Combat Professor to make best use of mana for now, and then hang out. I may want to bring in the... I think it might be in our best interest to bring in the Claim the Firstborn, especially on the draw. I could see that doing what we needed to. So I'm at 7. So I need a chump blocker for the 5/5. I guess we'll do the Spirit Summoning then. Another option is to rip apart, but then it takes 6. No, I'd probably do this. All right, so we'll go to the next game here, and we'll bring in, I think we'll bring in Claim the Firstborn. I mean, they showed us the Fractal Summoning and the Serpentine Curve. So it's probably a good idea. I mean, we can just win the game with that, so that's probably worth it. And then maybe we'll cut... I still kind of like Divine Gambit, to be honest, but... I still like Pigment Storms, too. I mean, Pigment Storms are going to potentially deal a lot of damage still, especially if they're making 2/1s. But maybe it's slow enough where I cut one. I still like the Gambit, I think, just because it deals with the fatties. And so does Chaos Warp. I guess we'll cut a Pigment Storm. I'm going to hope that Claim the Firstborn does more. We'll see. Alright, it's a little bit slow, but I like Mavinda with Enthusiastic Study. Is kind of cool. Can deal some damage. Guess Tome Shredder has haste, so I wonder if that's better. Yeah, it probably is, to push some damage through. So I could loot off Enthusiastic Study. But I think we'll just get an Evasive Body down and get in for 2 again here. Alright. So we have the Study, so that's fine, whatever. He probably doesn't block anyway. Kind of surprised he did, but I'm cool with it. And I guess we'll take the Spirit Summoning since we can actually cast it. And then we can actually use Mavinda to cast Enthusiastic Study again. Gosh, it's so good. And you can do it at instant speed. It's so nuts. Oh, I could have looted. Maybe looting there probably would have been smarter, now that I think about it. But that's alright. Do I not know how my window works, or am I the one that doesn't know how it works? Let's loot. Let's ditch. Oddly enough, I think we might ditch the spirit summoning. Could ditch the fuming effigy, but it's... No, I'm going to ditch the spirit summoning, I think. Alright, we did get the land. That's good. Wait, how'd my guy die? Oh, it's got double strike. That's fine. I basically traded a Tome Shredder for a Exodus, I think, as well as looted. I think that's a fair exchange. Alright, that's cool. So we can go Professor here. Get in for 3. Alright. Well, we got there. We'll see you for round 2. Alright, round 2, we'll play first. Yeah, it's a keep. It's a hand that needs some help, but maybe we'll see what Chaos Warp can do. Perfect draw there. So I'll kill that. So I could actually do the Chaos Warp on a land, but I think I'll save it for now. Alright, so we missed our land drop, but that's alright. We'll do the Blood Age General and get in for 3 here. It was unexpected. So, guess we'll just kill that. And the reason I'm killing it is I don't want them to have... It's odd that they played that, so it made me think they have like a mage duel or something they want to use. So I might as well just kill it instead of blowing up the Letter of Acceptance. And then I can Chaos Warp the next huge threat they play. Like that, for example. So let's see what happens. And we'll do flying just in case they get something they can block. Alright, they just got to land, so that's fine. It's a sensible one. So they can kill the Pledge Mage. Alright, good draw there. So I think we'll just go... So they're at 7. Um, hmm. I kind of want to draw land. So I think we'll just do effigy for now. This makes sense because if I do assistant, which is still good, it takes away my draw step, whereas getting an effigy out there is probably a good idea. Especially if I rip a land here. I didn't, but that's okay. Let's do the assistant. And we'll get back... I guess we'll do the shock. And I'll throw the general there too. If they have removal for effigy, it's okay. All right. All right, so another Serpentine Curve token-based deck. I think we'll do the Claim again. Maybe ditch another Pigment Storm like last time. Just because 1 mana stealing their 6-drop, 6-drop 6/6 to kill them with it is pretty good. Other than that, once again, Divine Gambit actually looking good if they're doing a lot of sorcery-based creatures. So, alright, let's run her back. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. Got Mila. I think it's, is it Mila or Mila? I don't know why Mila sounds more, I think it's because the other side is Luca, which kind of sounds like a little, like a Russian thing going on. So like Mila and Luca. What do I know? What do I know? So would I rather play, I think we play Mila just to keep back some damage for now. Uh-oh. Dragon's Guard Elite, huh? Yeah, if they have a fight spell. I'd probably prefer to have Mila. No attacks. Well, I wasn't expecting that. I could keep up Enthusiastic Study. Otherwise, I'm just playing a Historian. I don't know. I feel like keeping up the study, but I might be wrong. I'm going to play the Historian. Mostly just because they didn't do anything last turn. I feel like if they had attacked with the Elite, I would have been more keen on doing something else there, but alright. Let's do the Quintorius here. I mean, the nice thing is... Oh, that's cool. Alright, let's... I'm going to rip the Elite apart. Oh, perfect. Alright. Cool. You gonna take it all? Wow. Well, no, I think we just... Yeah, I guess we just do that, do the assistant. get back, rip apart, and get a 4-2. Yeah, I guess that's about right. All right. Well, opponent just didn't see their second color, so we'll see for round 3. All right. Good keep. Spirit into Shredder. Maybe rip apart if they have a creature worth killing. Yeah, it's probably worth killing, honestly. I'd say Witherbloom Apprentice is probably the best one, so I think I'm alright with it. Alright, let's do, well, kind of want to get the rip apart back, I guess. But making a 3/3 might be more valuable to me right now. I see. Wonder if I'm willing to just make the trade. Because what's the other play I'm doing? Probably not, actually. Well, I want to get rip apart back. Alright, we'll trade. Then I can at least deal with the professor here. It's not that big of a deal. We don't have the rip apart in hand yet, so it's kind of okay. We're still going to kill the professor. And I assume they're going to choose maybe Enthusiastic Study? Maybe they'll choose the Stonerise Spirit so I can't cast it next turn after the rip apart. I guess that would make sense. I think that was the best choice. Sure. All right. I think we'll do this because it kind of keeps their pest at bay. Rise of Extus. All right. No. Of all the lessons they could have found, not too scared of that one. Mavinda's a good one. Especially since we have Enthusiastic Study, so that's cool. So if they kill Mavinda, we can at least do Enthusiastic Study. And we'll get our Inkling Summoning, which is good. That's pretty good. They're kind of getting us with the Scry, though. They're going to be able to outgrind us. But we have some value stuff in here. We just need to find it. Like we have the Return Pass Caller somewhere in here, which can get back maybe Spirit Summoning or Rip Apart. Uh-oh. I guess Return Pass Caller's a little less good now. Well, we'll go for it. Oh, I should have done it on their turn, so they couldn't attack me with that Blood Researcher that they got. I guess it plays around like Snakeskin Veil or something, but should probably still just do it on their turn. I do think we can win this match. I don't think we're like particularly outmatched or anything. Alright, we'll go to game 2 here. Sideboard options. So they have good removal. I don't think we have any protection, right? I didn't get the Beaming Defiance. I don't think I want to do Expel. They've got a good amount of flyers in there. Good evasion. But I don't really want to do Zephyr Boots. Could do an Assistant over the Effigy to get more flyers to block like Spellbinder and Summoning, but it doesn't do much against the Professor. I'm kind of okay with where we're at. I don't think we got necessarily outvalued there either, per se. Well, we kind of did. I think we just lost to a campus, honestly. And since they only had one and we have one in here somewhere, I think it probably is okay. This is actually a keep. Always love hands where Campus Guide makes hands keepable. That's nice. Kept a one-lander at 5, huh? Can't. Guess we can't do a ton else at the moment. Well, I'm going to blow it up and get some damage in here. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to do Chaos Warp here. They could get something huge off of that. I wonder what they're going to take. Chaos Warp? I guess Mila kind of protects our flyers and gives me value. Effigy. Effigy is kind of an interesting choice, I think. Yeah, maybe I just save up for Luca now. Because with Luca, if they kill one of my guys, I can get hasty. It's also just best use of mana. We don't have any spirits, though. But then I can get a creature back and make a 4/2 as well. That's pretty good. Alright, let's do Quintorius. Just in case they have Expel. I'm more willing to lose the Mavinda than the Combat Professor, I think. Alright. It's game 3. I mean, they have a good plan. They've got an interesting splash plan, too. Like, what they're... Like, Spellbinder, to me, does make sense on the splash. I think it's a powerful card. It's very well costed. But, like, Humiliate, that's a weird one to splash, I feel like. Regardless, I don't think we have anything else, really. I think we're geared about as well as we can be. Oh, yeah. Love those hands where Campus Guide does something. Very, very nice. Mavinda too. So, I guess we grab another red mana with Campus Guide so we can, like, start to curve out towards a Pigment Storm. Even though we do have double white in here too. I'll trade with the Apprentice, actually. Apprentice with Researcher is actually kind of scary. So here, I can play the Effigy. What in the world? Unexpected. Uh-oh. Well, guess we'll get in for 4 here. Timely land there, geez. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, I see. Guess we attack with everything. So they have to block. Oh, good. Uh-oh. Well, Access Tunnel could very easily win us the game here. Wow. Access Tunnel for the win in match 3, game 3. Love to see that. All right, well, it was a close one, but ended up winning the draft with this deck, which is actually pretty surprising. Thought the deck only looked okay, but yeah, we ended up getting there. So let's do some pack one, pick ones. All right, pack one, pick one. Well, got my eye on that Killian. Yeah, I love Killian. Great card. Feels like a rare. Could have been a rare, and I don't think anybody would have said anything. You know what I mean? This could have been a rare, and everyone would have been like, yeah, it sounds about right. 2 mana, 2/2 lifelink menace with upside. Yeah. So, super strong, uncommon. Alright, pack one, pick one. Well, I love Witherbloom, and I love Witherbloom Apprentice. This is probably my favorite Apprentice, and it just synergizes so well within its own school, so I like it. I think I'd probably go Apprentice there. Alright, pack one, pick one here. Probably looking at Creative Outburst, probably the strongest card here. It is gold, and there are some learned cards, but the upside of Creative Outburst is quite high, so I'll take it. Alright, pack one, pick one here. So I guess it's between probably Practical Research or Explosive Welcome. Both want to be in the same deck. Practical Research is quite a bit cheaper. Guess I would go Research over Welcome. Just 3 mana cheaper. It doesn't kill 2 things, but tons of card advantage, instant speed. It's probably worth it. Pack one, pick one here. I guess Zephyr Boots are fine. It's kind of an odd first pick, and like I did in this deck, I cut it from the main deck, but it's colorless, lets you go any direction, works in a lot of decks. Pretty good card. Alright, pack one, pick one here. I think we'd slam the Eye Twitch. Love that card. 1 mana, 1/1, and you get to learn when it dies. It's got flying too. Great card. Works well with like Village Rites and other sack effects, Deadly Brew, stuff like that. Alright, pack one, pick one here. It could be that I might go Study over Explosive Welcome. I feel like you can play Study in Lorehold and Prismari, and it's usually pretty awesome, especially since it gives Trample. But Explosive Welcome, I mean, there's also, I could just take the Cultivator, take a gold card. That might be appropriate here too. It is a gold card. It's quite good for Quandrix, since Quandrix has a lot of use for a lot of mana. So paying 4 mana, 3/4 for a Ramper that lets you play like a turn 5, Leyline Invocation, potentially. That might be worth it. Maybe the Cultivator. I feel like I never get to play this card either. Maybe it's because I take Enthusiastic Study over it. I don't know. All right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We will see you for the next one.